Well, as I mentioned, it's been another day of disruption at Canada's busiest border crossing, the Ambassador Bridge in Windsor, Ontario. Some $350 million worth of trade with the United States crosses that bridge every day. That's 25% of Canada's total trade with the Americans. Let's bring in the Mayor of Windsor, Drew Dilkens. Mayor Dilkens, thanks for taking time to speak with me tonight. Look, what's the protest situation there now? What's the latest as we speak and the impact it's having on that crossing?
Well, it is having a huge impact, I can tell you that much. And right now we have northbound lanes open, which means truck traffic from Canada can get across the bridge into the United States. However, it is completely closed in the other direction. So trucks coming from Michigan cannot get into Canada because of the illegal blockade at the Ambassador Bridge. And as you mentioned, this is the busiest border crossing between our two countries, 8,000 to 10,000 trucks a day, over $300 million of goods each and every day. There are a lot of Canadians' livelihoods who rely on smooth and efficient border crossings, no more so than in my own community.
Tell me a little more about that. Give our viewers a greater sense of the impact this protest is having, not just on your city, but more broadly on the national economy.
Well, this is an issue for us regionally, of course, but it's a huge issue for Ontario, and it has both national and international significance. And so I know for a fact within the first hour of the closure, our largest employer, Stellantis, who makes the Chrysler Pacifica and minivan right here in Windsor, was on the phone saying, what's going on at the Ambassador Bridge? The impact was felt that quickly because the entire auto industry that is built up on the Canadian side here in Windsor as the auto capital of Canada, and of course in Detroit as the auto capital of the U.S., those supply chains are extremely tightly integrated. And the average part that goes into a vehicle that comes off the finish line in the assembly plant, it crosses the border 6 to 7 times. And so it has a big impact on those operations. And of course, that entire sector operates in a just-in-time delivery world, which means there are no parts sitting idle in the plant. They are brought just in time to be put into the vehicles that are being made. So the impact is big, it is material, and it was felt immediately.
Okay, let's talk about a possible resolution here. These protesters, not just in Windsor, but in Ottawa and in Alberta, are pushing back mostly against pandemic measures taken by provincial and federal governments here. So they want an end to those restrictions and those mandates. What they want, seems to me, you can't give them. So what's being negotiated with the protesters?
You know, what we're trying to do is recognize that we live in a democracy, and part of one of the hallmarks of democracy is the ability to protest and demonstrate and express yourself. That is okay. What is not okay is blocking the busiest trade corridor between our two countries. And so what police have been trying to do very delicately is get a lane open in each direction so that international traffic can continue to flow while recognizing that protesters can continue to do what they think they need to do. But the situation on the ground with some of these folks, to be quite frank, is that they really believe that this is a cause, or that they are fighting for a cause that is worth dying for. And so that type of sentiment translates into different behavior on the ground than any normal protest. And so police are doing all that they can to keep the peace. They're doing all that they can to make sure that no one gets hurt. But at some point, you will need federal, provincial. We're certainly here on the municipal side to help with some resolution, but it will require an intervention from other levels of government to see this move on.
All right. I'll let you get back to dealing with it. Mayor Dilkens, thanks so much for your time tonight, and good luck there in Windsor. We'll talk to you again soon.
Thanks, Peter.